Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Monday and I just got back from London last night. And in this video, I plan to walk you through how I managed to stick to my running plan while traveling and also show you a beautiful run by the Thames. Travel can make training tricky, but with the right mindset and planning, it's completely doable. So if you're balancing a busy schedule but still want to stay on track with your running goals, stick around. Let's get into it. But before we jump over to the UK, we gotta start a few hours back. I'm still at home. It is Tuesday morning and I just did my tempo run. If you watch my last video, you know that's unusual for me. I usually do those on Wednesdays, but I try to stay flexible, especially in those weeks where I'm traveling. So I decided to do that run today and then also did an easy run yesterday, which brings me to a total of about 17 kilometers at this point. And I just do that to have some more time in London while I'm traveling and also don't feel pressured to run and instead maybe have a bit more time with my girlfriend and just exploring the city. So that's the current state. Put in the work early this week in order to enjoy my time later while traveling. But now I'd say let's jump to London and have a good time. So after work, I headed straight to the train station to catch my flight to London Gatwick. My flight wasn't until 9:20 p.m, but for some reason I miscalculated the train schedule and ended up at the airport an hour earlier than planned, arriving at 7 instead of 8. That meant I had a solid 2.5 hours to kill, but at least it gave me some time to fine-tune last week's video. Gotta make the most out of those travel delays, I guess. By the time I landed in London, I still had a bit of traveling ahead. I took the train and then the tube, so I didn't get to my girlfriend's place until around 11:30 p.m. At that point, we just went straight to bed. The next day, I decided to prioritize sleep and recovery instead of going for a run. The only thing I did before starting work was take out Pablo, my girlfriend's dog. One tricky thing about traveling to London is the time difference, since I have to start an hour earlier, which means less time in the morning for my runs or workouts. But on the bright side, I also get to finish an hour earlier, so it balances out. After work, we took the dog to the park and sat by the Thames, since the weather was absolutely beautiful, which, as you might know, doesn't happen too often in London, so we took full advantage of that. On our way back, we picked up some groceries. I was honestly amazed by the number of different feta cheeses this place had. And then for dinner, we made a Greek salad with hummus and rice. Well, to be fair, my girlfriend made the Greek salad. And that wrapped up my first day in London. The next morning, it was time for a run. And honestly, this was one of the best runs of my life. But don't just take my word for it, see for yourself. what a run. Decided to just freestyle it today. So focused maybe more on getting cool shots and seeing cool places than my pace or anything like that. It is Thursday. I arrived 2 nights ago, but didn't do any running yesterday since we didn't get much sleep and also had to work. So we just had a nice Greek salad for dinner and then watched football, of course. But no, yeah, run today was beautiful here by the river. I paid the beautiful Cutty Sark a visit. I hope the videos I got kind of show or picture well how my run was, because it was beautiful. One of the best runs definitely this year. After I got back from my run, I realized it had taken me a bit longer than expected, so I had to jump straight into work and didn't have breakfast until 11 o'clock. We had half an onion left, so I chopped it up and threw it into my eggs. I also cut up some bread and some Gouda cheese, and just like that, breakfast was served. For dinner, we then went to this incredible Asian place called Dim Sum Duck. We had to wait in line for 45 minutes, but let me tell you, it was definitely worth it. On Friday, I didn't do any filming since I simply didn't have any time. Instead of going for one long run, I split it into 2, one in the morning and one in the afternoon after work. The first one was just over 6 kilometers at an average pace of 5:37 minutes per kilometer. I tried a new route in the opposite direction, which started off great, but then the path by the river was closed, so I had to run along the street, which wasn't great. For my second run, I went back to my usual route for an easy 5.5 kilometers at a 5:23 minute per kilometer pace. Here, I could definitely feel that I had already run in the morning. In total, I ran 11.5 kilometers on Friday, not quite the distance of my usual long runs, but this was the only way I could make it work this week, so I'm fine with it. On Saturday, it was then time for a park run, so we took the bus to Mile End Park. It was our first park run in the UK, and we were blown away by the number of people that showed up. We ran exactly 30 minutes and came in 378th and 379th, with more than 500 people participating. So that was my week in London. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to follow me on my journey as I prepare for Berlin Marathon 2025. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.